This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. There's a wide array of nutter butters in the Republican Party. I mean, that's stating the obvious. That's like saying the sky is blue when there's no clouds in the sky. But there are some especially egregious ones. You got your Marjorie Taylor Greenes, you got your Lauren Boeberts, but you also have a system of a series, a satellite network of idiots who are running for more local offices. In this case, it's not local, it's the Secretary of State for the state of California, who runs elections. The secretaries of state, except in some Republican states that last year changed it to give control of elections to like the legislature, like in Georgia, they stripped away a bunch of the power of Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, because he did not go along with the attempt to steal the election for Donald Trump. The Secretary of State is in charge of running those elections. Rachel Hamm is a Republican running for Secretary of State of California. And she has very little chance to win, is my estimation, my analysis of the setup over there. However, it does say something about the Republican Party, that they are putting forward people to run for high office who believe batshit crazy things. First, I'm gonna play this clip of her explaining why she's even running to be Secretary of State for the state of California. And hold on, because it involves her kid who's a seer and Jesus appearing in a closet. Yeah, watch this.
First of all, I'm a prophetic dreamer, so I had spent a lot of 2019 and 20 having a lot of political dreams that I was in office. And because our youngest son Ezekiel is a seer, I went and got him. And I said, hey, can you look around and see what you're seeing? Because I get a kick out of hearing him describe, what he sees. And so I said, let me know if you see anything. And so he looked in my bedroom and my bathroom and he said, there's nothing there. And then he goes into the closet, which is where I had been when I was praying. And he said, whoa, and his eyes got like big as saucers. And he kind of like started backing away and they started bending down. And he said, you've got a really big guy in your closet. And his power is pushing me to the ground. And he'd never had that reaction ever to an angel. And so I'm like, he's for us, not against us, right? Because I was sure, it's a different response. And he's like, he's full of light. He's so full of light. I can't even see his face. And then he said, and he has a scroll in his hand. And so I was like, then he came with a message. Like, what is the message? And the message was a commissioning. So at the very end, I asked him what his name was, because I thought, what angel is this, And he said, Emmanuel. That wasn't an angel. That wasn't an angel. That was Jesus himself. And so that's why I'm running for Secretary of State.
So that's totally normal. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, if you heard someone saying that they had a conversation with Jesus in their closet, you'd be wanting to seek medical health critical care, that they were having delusions, that they were having visual and auditory hallucinations. There would be a diagnosis to be made, maybe medication to be prescribed, certainly intensive mental health treatment. Instead, she is now an official Republican endorsed candidate to run for Secretary of State. And further, it is again the melding of politics and religion that becomes very dangerous, because not only does she believe that Jesus told her to run, she also has stated with her mouth that she thinks voting should be harder, not easier. Watch this.
My views are a little bit controversial when it comes to voter registration. Everyone is wanting to make it as easy as possible and kind of appeal to the lowest common denominator of the easiest way to get as many people registered as possible. I see it the exact opposite. I want to make it hard. I want it to be something that people have to choose and re-choose and have to prove that they're a citizen and all that. So I would love, and again, I know this is controversial. Some people like it, some people hate it, but I think we should clean the slate completely and have people have to re-register, say, every 8 years or maybe even every 12 years. But you have to re-register. You have to stay, proving that you still want to vote, that you're still alive, and that you still want to vote, that you still live in the place where you're saying you live. And so that's what I would like to do with voter registration. There is a law, the National Voter Registration Act of 1984, that is really problematic, really makes it difficult to get people off the voter rolls once they're on. It needs to be overhauled. That needs to be changed. That's, again, something I would advocate to the legislature to make happen, because right now it's very hard to get people off, and I want to change that. I want it to be a privilege to vote, and I want you to have to actually have to work to sign up, not have it be that there's this auto enroll and every single person is getting a ballot and all that. I don't like any of that.
Look, in a democracy, we want more people voting, not fewer. We want a broad representation of the population to vote. And when you start putting rules and regulations and restrictions in place, it makes it more difficult, obviously, to vote, which doesn't promote a healthy, vibrant, vigorous democracy. It leaves it to people who maybe do have time to register all of these times and jump through the hoops. It is very reminiscent of Jim Crow America, where there were poll taxes, where you had to pay to vote, which is extra constitutional, where you had to prove a literacy test, which is extra constitutional. Voting is a right, not a privilege. We should demand our right. Just like if someone said to you, no, free speech is a privilege, you've got to earn it. You got to really want free speech. We wouldn't stand for it. The same thing goes for the vote. To make it difficult is to, in part, disenfranchise, which is anti-democratic. And we got Jesus Conversation Lady over here running for the Secretary of State of California, saying with her stupid mouth that she wants to make it more difficult. Up and down the line, there are Republican candidates who take this stance, who want to make it more difficult, who are saying openly how anti-democratic they are, and we need to fight it tooth and nail at every level of political office. I'd love to know what you think about this. Are you a Rachel Hamm fan? Oh, please don't be. Call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Bananas, right? Bananas. Follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm at Dollemore, Dollemore. That's the account to follow, not some other scam account that's trying to get your bank account information like is happening on Instagram. And still, the account has not been taken down. Good job, Mark Zuckerberg. Really looking out for your customers. If I bring you value, if I bring you a laugh, if I bring you information, if I fire you up enough for you to get organized and active in politics, please consider supporting my work. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for about $2 a month. Or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All those are great ways to help support and produce what I do here. I love you guys. I will see you next time. Have a great, great weekend. Hug the neck of a loved one. Hang out with some friends. Relax, decompress, and prepare yourself for next week. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.